Engaged.
We were engaged.
You're about to tie the knot.
Yeah, we had a threesome.
I don't care if we're doing a whole wife-husband swap. The girl didn't follow the rules. She was talking the entire time. She was like, oh, yeah, this feels so good. This feels so good. I'm like, oh, my God. Like,
She made a big deal after she had her fun, though.
Now it's like one time a week, and now he's asking, are you bringing somebody over this time?
Relationship.
This is not your typical cheating case. This is what happens when a couple turns their marriage into an experiment. 10 years together, only 7 months married, and they're already sitting in court questioning trust. But here's the real issue. This isn't just about cheating. This is about boundaries they created and then completely lost control over. So the real question is, did he betray her, or did they both create a situation that was bound to fail?
Sabotage their relationship.
Your Honors, this is case 2129, Celestine versus Johnson.
Good day, everyone.
Yeah, Your Honor.
All right, Miss Celestine, you all are college sweethearts, is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Right.
Newly married? Why in the world are you in my courtroom and y'all are newlyweds still?
Well, Your Honors, me and my husband, we've been together 10 years, and I'm here today to find out if he's cheating on me. His sexual appetite is just getting out of hand, and I need to know today if he's cheating on me.
I'm confused.
If he wants to separate or what's going on.
You all been married how long?
7 months.
Okay, that's still newlywed. That's still, okay, you say you're confused, I'm confused. Tell me what you're confused about.
She keeps talking about my sexual appetite, and she's the reason the door opened to the
New
sexual
and exciting
appetite.
thing.
She unleashed it, huh?
Your Honor, I have no idea what he's talking about.
Okay, well, do you not know what he's talking about from the standpoint, you don't know what was unleashed?
He might have his own motive.
Keep it real. Like, come on.
Okay, Your Honor. Dante was my first. He took my virginity. We've been together for so long, so I've always had like this curiosity of what it felt like to be with other men. So one of my friends was like, you know, you never went through like a hoe phase before. And I was kind of like laughing like, ha, ha, ha. And you know, Your Honors, it's been in the back of my head for some time now. So I brought it up to him. I was like, hey, Dante.
So this is what I meant.
Hold on,
Open the door.
hold on, Mr. Johnson.
I promise we're gonna give you a chance.
Okay.
We need to hear why,
Exactly, Your Honor.
what has happened here.
And I'm just trying to make sure I understand what you brought up to him. You said, you know, I never went through my whole phase, I think is a phrase you used.
Yes, Your
And then
Honor.
you said, I brought it up to him. What did you bring up to him, that you wanted to go through this phase?
I'd never been with other men before. He took, you know, my V card, so I was very curious. So I brought it up to him. I was like, hey, I love you so much, Dante, but I'm curious. So I took it upon myself to, you know, try to spice up the bedroom. So I mentioned, I was like, hey.
This is where everything starts to go downhill. Because what sounds like spicing things up is actually opening a door that's very hard to close. At first, it feels controlled, like both partners are on the same page. But psychologically, this changes everything. Jealousy doesn't disappear, it just gets delayed. And what's even more dangerous? They're trying to control emotions with rules. But attraction, ego, and insecurity don't follow rules.
Let's bring another guy over.
Okay, and at what stage of your relationship was this? Was this dating, engagement, or marriage?
Just newly married.
Okay, Your Honor, this was before marriage. We didn't start this process until maybe right before the marriage.
So engagement.
Engagement.
Y'all were engaged.
We were engaged.
You're about to tie the knot.
About to tie the knot.
Like, got a request.
That's not true.
Okay, Mr. Johnson.
She told me while we were dating, and we didn't try it until we were engaged.
Okay.
And we say try it because she said, I want to sleep with other men. You're talking about something.
So she said it, and we didn't try it until about 2 years
Try
after.
what? Her sleep with other men?
Yeah, we had a threesome.
Okay, that's slightly different than her sleeping with other men, because the way she made it sound is like, look, you stay over there, I'm gonna be over here doing my thing, and I'll holler at you when I get done with this.
Yeah, and I understand you, but my idea of it was, okay, if you want to sleep with other men, I want to be in control of that party.
Okay, all right.
Okay.
Got a different picture now. Okay, all right.
Okay, so I was about to say, golly, he's
Understanding.
very understanding.
I feel like I'm very understanding.
Well, and hey,
like,
wait a minute. He's still understanding. He's like, let's do this. But I just want to make sure it goes well for you.
Okay.
Okay.
I feel like he's stepping out of our marriage, and we've created boundaries within the threesome. So, you know, I've submitted this to the court. We have rules. Rule number 1 is a blindfold must be on at all times. Rule number 2, no talking, so nobody picks up on the voice. And rule number 3 is, you know, no following on social media. And if both parties are in the room, we're not having fun.
All right, so
Now listen to these rules carefully. Blindfolds, no talking, no contact outside. This isn't just about intimacy anymore. This is about control. They're trying to remove identity from the situation to avoid emotional attachment. But here's the problem. When you remove communication, you also remove trust. And instead of making things safer, they've made it more confusing. Because now, no one really knows what's actually happening.
let's talk about this. Stay blindfolded. From what point to what point in time?
The entire time the threesome's going on.
So you walking in a room like this?
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. So you don't know who the other person is?
No.
Exactly.
And you don't know whether they're attractive or unattractive?
No, Your Honor.
Okay. And then no talking?
No talking.
No.
Nothing.
Like, come on. Thank y'all. Thank y'all.
Nothing.
No,
Your
you
Honor,
can't-
honestly,
wait,
it's
no.
too intimate if you know who's in there.
But you can't tell the other person that feels good, that doesn't feel good. You can't
No,
communicate
Your
any
Honor.
kind of way?
No.
Weird,
Okay.
right?
Both
fun,
parties
right?
need to be present. So if
Yeah.
you're running
It's not
late,
a threesome then, it's just a twosome.
Exactly.
Okay.
Everybody has to be in the room.
Okay.
all right, and no outside contact other than in the bedroom.
So no social media, no
No
contact, no
commenting,
calling, no texting, no
nothing.
DMing.
But how do they even know where to show up if you
Because
can't?
I will set it up. I set
Oh, the rules are for him?
Yeah, I set the threesomes up.
Do you have to abide by those rules?
Yeah, if he brings someone in for me.
So if we do it and if it's another woman, she chooses the woman and brings the woman. If it's another guy, I choose the guy and bring the guy.
Friction started when we had one girl, I told her stop talking, and she started talking, and it was a mutual person we both knew. I didn't want him to know who it was. She started talking, I'm like, oh my God, girl, shut up. He's gonna pick up on it's you. And he's the type to know something and not tell me. So in the back of my head, I'm like, oh, he knows it's in here, but he's never gonna let me know.
So basically, you don't trust me. It's
Well, that's what we're here to find out. I can't wait to see those results.
Coming up,
She was talking the entire time. She was like, oh, yeah, this feels so good. This feels so good.
Oh my-
I'm like, oh my God. Like, at this point, this is not fun. Like, girl, shut up. Because I feel like you're trying to outshine me by
It's
talking.
an insecurity.
Like, no, it's not insecurity. The rules were nobody make noises.
do you have a relationship that's gone bad? Submit your case at cutlerscourt.com.
We've created boundaries within the threesomes. Rule number 1 is a blindfold must be on. Rule number 2, no talking so nobody picks up on the voice. And rule number 3 is no following on social media.
Okay, so as long as the rules are being followed, you don't have a problem with the threesomes?
No, Your Honor.
You don't have a problem with the threesomes?
No.
Okay, so I'm like, where's the problem with the
The
threesomes?
problem
no,
is
we
she's
can go.
okay when it's her turn.
And here it is, the moment insecurity finally shows up. Notice how the argument isn't about the act itself anymore. It's about attention, validation, and ego. She feels like she's being outshined. He calls it insecurity. But in reality, both of them are reacting to the same thing, loss of control. Because once a third person enters a relationship, comparison becomes unavoidable. And comparison is where confidence starts to collapse.
My turn to bring somebody, and then when it's her turn to bring somebody, it's an issue. Our biggest issue was when we did kind of like a wife swap with one of my homeboys. Like, she had her fun with my homeboy, and me and the other young lady was still doing our thing, and she kind of
Okay, Your
hated
Honor.
the thing and ran downstairs. We ran outside, And then I was like, you know what? Let me just get up so we ain't gotta.
So she got upset that you all were still.
She made a big deal after she had her fun, though.
I got you.
Your Honor,
so
first,
tell me what happened.
Okay, Your Honor, first of all, the girl didn't follow the rules. I don't care if we're doing a whole wife-husband swap. She was talking the entire time. She was like, oh, yeah, this feels so good. This feels so good. I'm like, oh my God. Like, at this point, this is not fun. Like, girl, shut up. Because I feel like you're trying to outshine me by talking.
It's an insecurity.
Like, no, it's not insecurity. The rules were nobody make noises.
Okay, wait.
Okay, wait. You get what I'm saying. Like, you get what I'm saying.
Time
She was
out.
trying to be the star of the show.
Okay, wait, Miss Celestine. Hold up. Now, here's the thing. My understanding for the purpose of the no talking was that you were presenting a female to your husband, and you did not want him to know who the female was. But if you all are doing a swap, you already know who the other person is. So the rule is not being broken.
True.
And that's
but
my
the
point.
theatrical part of it is extra.
Okay,
That's my
but
point.
here's the thing. Maybe it was that good.
No, because first of all, if I'm looking at myself in the mirror with his homeboy and you're saying stop looking in the mirror.
I never said that. I didn't even know what she was doing because I was occupied.
No, sweetie. You were like trying to figure out what was going on over there.
What?
Okay.
Isn't
Isn't that part of the
point?
experience? Yeah.
Isn't that part of it?
Yeah, but I think he's too jealous.
Okay, really? Because
That-
you're the
that
one that
sound
brought
like
the...
No, but in the act, he's more of like, I could look at him. I'm more of like vocal on how I feel. He'll be looking like, okay, I'm finna outshine you. Okay.
Ma'am.
Okay.
So your problem is breaking the rules, and the rules,
Right.
even when you know it's a swap situation, when you know who the other person is,
Yeah.
you're still not supposed to talk.
Okay, so in a wife and husband swap, all
Yeah.
the extra stuff is not uncalled.
No, she felt like that girl
No, sweetie.
outperformed. She
No,
usually does.
no, sweetie. She did
And
not.
that's why I call it an insecurity, because it's only an insecurity when it's on her. I ain't never tripped because of something she brought up, and now she's the one with the insecurity.
But honestly, you know, it started with one of the girls I brought. The rule was no contact outside of the bedroom. She's commenting on his Instagram, yummy. Ooh, this picture.
Everybody
This might
comments
give
on
me
my
a heart
Instagram.
attack, and he's commenting back.
Everybody, I comment back to
Look, right here, I presented it to y'all. Look at this. He should not have commented back.
I comment back
Okay,
to
but
everybody.
did you know that she was a person?
Yes, because she removed his
Ma'am.
blindfold. I'm
Ma'am.
sorry, Your Honor.
Did you know this was somebody you had been with?
Yes, because she talked.
Okay, all right. So here's my question. Did you send something to this particular female, or did she send something to you in regards to your picture?
She commented and I responded to that picture.
Okay, all
I
right.
don't
So
believe that.
hold on. Well,
So
you would
she-
know because you can read the comments.
I feel like
This is where things cross a major line. Because the rule was simple, no contact outside the bedroom. But social media? That's emotional access. And once communication continues outside, it's no longer a shared experience. It becomes personal. And that's the exact moment a controlled situation turns into betrayal. Not because of what happened physically, but because of what continued after.
more to this.
And I'm just like, I'm the type of person, if I'm gonna sneak and do it, I'm not doing it in the comments. I'm gonna be in
My
vanish
thing is,
mode.
you can't control the people who are commenting. You can't. I mean, you can't be mad that people are saying,
Yummy.
Yeah, but I can control if he responds.
Up next,
So you administered a polygraph examination to Mr. Johnson, correct?
That is correct.
You asked him a series of questions and he gave you answers to those questions. You asked Mr. Johnson, have you had any sexual contact with that woman from social media? What was his response to that question?
did you send something to this particular female, or did she send something to you in regards to your picture?
She commented and I responded to that picture.
Okay.
I feel like it's more to this.
And I'm just like, I'm the type of person, if I'm gonna sneak and do it, I'm not doing it in the comments.
But if he responds to everybody.
But if you knew this person came over, that's a rule, no contact.
Let me ask this question. How has this lifestyle affected your intimate
Your Honors, we used to be intimate 3 to 4 times a week, and I feel like now it's like 1 time a week, and now he's asking, "Are you bringing somebody over this time?" And that's getting annoying. So I think I'm kind of over.
What part is getting annoying?
Of him asking if someone's coming over, and when we're getting intimate, just us two. It's like we can never just be intimate, just us two. It's always like, "Are you bringing somebody over now?" I think he's getting too comfortable with it.
So, Ms. Celestine, you're saying this is your idea to begin with. You opened this door and you wanted this, and now you're saying now he's too comfortable with it.
Yeah, and it needs to stop. I feel like he is doing stuff outside of the bedroom, which is breaking a rule.
Okay, so let me just point blank ask you, Mr. Johnson. Have you stepped outside of your marriage with any of the women that you all have had a threesome with?
No.
Have you stepped outside the marriage with women that you haven't had a threesome with?
No.
The only sexual activity that you've had
All of us.
either with your spouse or in a
All of us.
in a triangle that you all have agreed to.
Exactly.
We came here for a polygraph examination, which you took, correct?
I did.
All right, and we're going to address that now by calling out our polygraph expert, Mr. John Yarbrough, to give us the results of that polygraph examination. Patrick, please show him into the courtroom.
Yes, Your Honor.
Hi.
Mr. Yarbrough, how are you today?
Doing great. How about yourself?
I'm doing well, thank you. So you administered a polygraph examination to Mr. Johnson, correct?
That is correct.
You asked him a series of questions, and he gave you answers to those questions.
Yes, sir.
You asked Mr. Johnson, have you had any sexual contact with that woman from social media Ms. Celestine is not aware of? What was his response to that question?
His response to that question was no.
Now, everything comes down to this moment, the lie detector test. This is where truth replaces assumptions. But here's something people don't realize. Sometimes the truth doesn't fix the relationship. It destroys the illusion holding it together. Because once you hear the answer, you can't go back to not knowing.
What did the polygraph determine?
Polygraph examination revealed he was being truthful to that question.
Yeah.
Okay, Ted.
Yeah.
Okay, that's question number 1.
Yeah.
Question number 1.
You also asked Mr. Johnson, have you reached out to any of those women you and your wife had threesomes with for your own sexual encounter without her? What was Mr. Johnson's response?
He responded no.
What did the polygraph reveal?
Polygraph examination results indicated there was deception to that question.
Ooh!
I don't believe that. We got to redo that. That's cap.
Test don't lie, sweetheart.
That's cap.
All right.
Well, you asked Mr. Johnson, since being married to Ms. Celestine, have you had sexual contact with anyone that she is not aware of? What was his response to that question?
His response was no.
What did the polygraph determine?
The polygraph examination revealed
You asked Mr. Johnson, since being married to Ms. Celestine, have you had sexual contact with anyone that she is not aware of? What was his response to that question?
And there it is, the moment everything breaks. He denied it, but the test says otherwise. This is the consequence of blurred boundaries. What started as shared freedom turned into secret behavior. And now, trust is no longer damaged, it's shattered. Because betrayal always hits harder when it comes from something you allowed.
his response was no.
What did the polygraph determine?
The polygraph examination revealed there was deception to that question.
Hey. Let's go.
Dante.
You
go back over here,
bro.
please.
It's cap.
No, they paid these people money. This is real.
You might want to stand there, Patrick.
Okay.
First of all, Ms. Celestine, this is not that kind of courtroom.
Thank you.
Okay?
I understand, Your Honor.
All right.
Emotion.
Now y'all see what I got to deal with.
Second thing, you came here to get some answers. and you've gotten your answers. How are you feeling in this moment?
I feel betrayed, like, yeah, I just feel like if we came up with these boundaries and these rules, like, just follow them, like.
So what happens when you break the boundary?
I never broke a boundary. We didn't do the detector test.
Do you not want to do it?
I don't lie.
That's what we should have
I don't
done.
lie, sweetheart.
Okay.
Miss.
Okay, so Mr. Johnson, the lie detector test indicates that you have had relations outside of the rules that you all discussed. My question to you is, are you willing to admit to your wife?
This right here is where the relationship officially collapses. Because now it's not just cheating, it's revenge. He didn't just break the rules, he did it to get even. And once a relationship turns into a scoreboard, love is already gone. Now it's not about connection anymore, it's about winning.
Yeah, this happened.
Yeah, it was one time with one of her best friends.
And guess what? I did it with one of your best friends,
I know.
too.
That's why I did it with yours.
Yeah.
So,
I knew that. That's why I did it with her best friend.
This time with her best friend, was this after a time that
It was after I found out about her. My friend told me
Let me finish my question. I'm asking a different question altogether. Is this after a time where you, Miss Celestine, and the best friend had been together by agreement?
No.
Okay. So the best friend has never been part of your threesome environment? Okay.
And I found out, I kept it in my back pocket, and I got my own get back.
Okay.
Sneaky.
Well, that makes for a great marriage. Not.
Exactly.
So I don't know what the future holds for you two in your marriage.
I do.
But just like anything else, if you have defined rules, you have to stick within the rules. Once you go outside the rules, that's where the problems are going to come in. I think you all need some counseling. And again, I'm not condemning your choices, but apparently there is a problem with staying within the rules, staying within the boundaries. And so you all need some counseling to figure out how to do that. And if your needs are not being met within the confines you've set, then you got to figure out how to work through that. So that is the determination of this court, and court is adjourned.
The threesomes are done. I'm finished. Like, they are finished.
They're not done.
That's why the test was done
We're
on
too
you, because you
young.
be doing stuff behind my back.
Double
If you want to
standard.
test on me, you should have got a test on me.
I should have. Maybe
should've.
I will.
But mine's gonna come back perfect. I'm over the threesomes. Like, that era is over. I'm a married woman.
We'll let the therapist decide.
Today on Cutler's Court.
Tell me why you're here.
I feel like he's too friendly with his ex-wife.
And just when you think it can't get more complicated, we move into a completely different kind of relationship problem. This one isn't about experiments. It's about trust, responsibility, and lifestyle. But the pattern? It's the same. One partner feels neglected, the other feels misunderstood. And once again, we're about to see how small issues turn into major relationship threats.
And when I mean too friendly, I mean extra friendly. I think we got a kid to prove it, as a matter of fact.
You know, I'm not gonna neglect my kids just because she's not comfortable with me speaking to my ex-wife.
She'll call and say, can you come over and help him with his homework? And there's nothing wrong with going over to help your child with his homework. I just wanna know why it take an hour and a half to help him with cat, fat, and bad. I'm serious.
Relationships on the brink of collapse. This is Cutler's Court. Danielle Hatch says she's reached her breaking point. Tired of her boyfriend Brandon's lack of ambition, daily smoking habit, and questionable closeness with his ex-wife, she's here to demand the truth and decide if this relationship is worth saving. Brandon Banks believes Danielle's constant criticism is tearing them apart. He's here to clear the air and figure out if they can move forward or if their relationship is already beyond repair.
Your Honor, this is case number 2053, Hatch v. Banks.
Ms. Hatch, you are here because this whole relationship could go up in smoke if you don't get the answers that you want today. Is that right?
That is absolutely correct.
Okay, tell me why you're here.
We've been together for 2.5 years, and I feel like he's too friendly with his ex-wife. And when I mean too friendly, I mean extra friendly. Phone calling, meal, they eat together. I'm like, at this particular point, what's left? It's only one thing left. I don't want to say on national TV, but there's one thing left for them to do.
And do you think they're doing it?
Yeah, I think so. I think we got a kid to prove it, as a matter of fact.
Well, wait. Is this a kid since y'all been together?
Yes.
Oh.
So the ex has had a kid since you and Mr. Banks have been together.
I know she dropped that kid off at my house.
Which one?
The one that ain't supposed to be ours.
Oh. And so there's a younger kid that's been born since you've been together.
She dropped all her kids off. She dropped the kids that he knows not his. They clearly not his because they look white. And then she dropped the other kids off that are his.
And then she dropped off the kid in question?
Yeah, all of them. All of them.
All
They just
of
be
them.
there eating up my food.
Okay.
All right, Mr. Banks.
Mr. Banks.
It's a
How are you today?
I'm all right. I'm
You
okay.
all right?
First off, I thought it was our food. You know, but yes, I'm here today because my girlfriend Danielle, as much as I love her, she seems to think that me and my ex are a little too friendly.
We got that.
I'm like, yes, we have kids. You know, I'm not gonna neglect my kids just because she's not comfortable with me speaking to my ex-wife. You know, yes, I have to talk to her, but when I talk, oh, y'all on the phone for a half an hour. I got 5 kids. You know, I still have 5
Only one
kids.
of them your kid.
That's all right.
Or 2.
If I've been daddy for so long to kids, I can't just leave their life and not be dad no more. So if I speak to 5 kids 5 minutes at a time, that's 25 minutes.
Let me make sure that Ms. Hatch said you have 1 child with this person, but you're saying kids, but you're like, I've been in these all of their lives,
Yes, ma'am.
and so I consider myself dad to all of them. Is that fair?
What about the kid that's the new kid?
The new kid on the block.
Okay.
What's happening? Is that your kid?
I don't know. Possibility. Now, but excuse me, may I say that it was before the time that me and Danielle was together.
Can he lock
so
him up?
the child was already conceived. The child was already conceived before me and her made it official. So yes, there is a child that's possibly mine, but at the same time, this child was not known to be mine at the time that me and her got together.
Okay.
So it's true.
Hold on. I got questions.
Okay, yes, ma'am.
Go ahead.
It's pretty straightforward. It was a child before they got together.
We were together. We just didn't say we were living together. So we were together. We had a long distance relationship. I wasn't sleeping with nobody else. I don't have no extracurricular babies.
Okay.
So he's saying you weren't together, you saying you were.
We were together.
Okay. You with me or we together? That's what. So, how long have you been divorced?
Since right after my accident, so that'd be in 2019.
So you've been divorced 5 years, correct?
Yes, ma'am, that sounds about right.
Okay.
And you all have been together, you and Miss Hatch have been together for 2.5 years.
2.5, going on 3.
Okay, but yet 2 years, 2.5 years after you were divorced, you and the ex were still a little something now and again?
You know, sometimes we dibbled and dabbled.
Okay, that's and the reason I'm asking is, it's one thing to have been divorced for 4 or 5 years, and you are co-parent and everything, but there's been nothing else. But you're saying.
So what I'm saying is, Your Honor, we had met, like officially really met each other and had a conversation back in 2022, almost 3 years now.
How did y'all meet?
So we were at a New Year's party in New York, and he offered to buy me a drink. I was there with my friend, but I don't know where she got lost at. And the drinks were expensive, so I'm like, okay, cool. He seemed like a nice enough guy. He was respectful. He wasn't trying to grind on me like most men be trying to do. And he was really nice. So I'm like, okay. So we were trying to talk at least above the loud music that was playing. And he's like, well, I live in South Carolina. I'm like, well, I live in North Carolina, and I'm driving back tomorrow too. And he's like, okay. So we kind of like road buddies. So we're driving together.
Okay.
Like, I thought it was a really cool thing to do. It was abnormal. It's like one of the once-in-a-lifetime thing you do with somebody that you just kind of meet. Yeah. And we clicked. We gelled. And I'm like, all right, well, I live here, you live here, and I'm working, and I'm doing what I'm doing, and you're doing whatever you're doing. But we were talking daily, and then it got to a point where I would travel to him at least once a month, sometimes twice a month, to see him, spend some time with him. And it was really good. I liked it. So I thought we were serious, but apparently we were not serious. I guess if you don't sleep with someone at that time, you're not serious, even if you're spending time and energy. My bad.
Coming up.
What other problems do you have with Mr.
Or red flag?
So Mr. Banks smokes too much.
2 to 3 blunts a day is not a lot. The reason I smoke is because I was in an accident in 2018. I broke both my hips. I shattered my clavicle. If I'm doing this, it hurts.
Doing this don't hurt, though.
Do you have a relationship that's gone bad? Submit your case at cutlerscourt.com.
Tell me why you're here.
I feel like he's too friendly with his ex-wife. I think we got a kid to prove it, as a matter of fact.
Is this a kid since y'all been together?
Yes.
And you think it might be his? In this initial phase, when you all are talking and getting to know each other, did he mention his marital status?
He told me he was divorced. I told him I was divorced at the time, but I've been divorced since 2021. So I have a clear date, October 8th, 2021.
I don't.
All right, so he's too friendly with his ex. What other problems do you have with Mr.
Or red flag?
So, red flag. Red flag number 1. Mr. Banks smokes too much.
Smoke.
So I run a food
Smokes
business.
what?
Marijuana.
Okay.
And cigarettes too. So I run a food business outside of South Carolina where we live. Long story short, he does my deliveries. Now I charge a $4 delivery fee for every single plate. If everybody in here ordered, they still each would have to pay a $4 delivery fee. That delivery fee goes directly to him. So that's $4 times maybe 30 people. Does he deliver on time?
Now, this is a different kind of conflict. This isn't about cheating. This is about discipline. She sees lack of ambition. He sees coping with pain. And both perspectives are valid, but they're not aligned. Because in relationships, intent doesn't matter as much as impact. You might have a reason for your behavior, but if it's affecting your partner, it becomes a problem.
No, not what I would consider time. If I have a 1:30 delivery, I want you there at 1:25. It is guaranteed that your food will be hot and the quality of your food will be good. That is how I make my business, by offering and guaranteeing good food.
Okay.
No, because he got to get high. So then he come bringing these people their plate. Now the food is good. So I have continued customers. I still have repeat customers. The problem is that you still showing up when you feel it 7 minutes late, 8 minutes late, 10 minutes late, because you had to get high. Why you got to get high? What in your reality that you need to escape from so bad that you need to get high?
Okay. Mr. Banks, you've heard the testimony. Do you smoke too much?
No. See, I might smoke too much for her.
What he was about to
I
say.
might smoke too much for her, but she don't smoke. So what she think I smoke, she might think of it as a lot, but 2 to 3 blunts a day is not a lot.
Well,
okay.
Well, hold on. But
yes,
when
sir.
she's saying too much, at least in this context right now, she's saying it's too much to keep you from making your deliveries on time.
Yeah, but
So-
I'm making deliveries
No
for
way.
her, but the reason I smoke is because I was in an accident in 2018. I broke both my hips. I shattered my clavicle. You know what I'm saying? I broke some ribs. I'm really in a lot of pain. I was trying to do a disability claim, but I drive for her.
Okay,
So,
and this is your vehicle after the accident?
yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir. I shouldn't even made it out of that accident.
Yeah.
Well-
You know what I'm saying? But I'm not getting no more pain meds. That was like a month after the accident.
Yeah.
I get shots in my spine, still to this day. I got to go to the doctors all the time because of my accident.
Okay.
So if I'm doing this, it hurts.
Right.
Because I told you my shoulder, doing that for her, it hurts.
Doing this
But
don't
see,
hurt, though.
Nah, because I got 2 hands.
So you're using marijuana as a
Medicinal purpose.
Medicinal purpose.
Yes, ma'am.
And did you know that when you met him?
Yes, she did.
Well, let me ask her. Thank you.
I did, and we had a conversation about it. I let him know that it was an issue for me.
Well, but if he's using it
Right.
for pain control,
Then he need to go to a doctor and let them make a prescription instead of using street drugs.
Ms. Hatch, let me ask you this. If he were on time or early with all his deliveries, would you have a problem with the amount that he smokes?
I still would have a problem.
Okay, why?
He has no motivation. He procrastinates on everything he does. He's a talented artist. He makes beats. He's really good. I didn't seen him sell beats for $5,000. Can he focus enough to continue to make beats? Nope.
Not when I got
So hold on.
to focus
You're
on.
saying your problem is you have a musician who smokes weed.
Right. Yep.
were saying that, I thought to myself, there is a person who's made a whole career out of being a musician who smokes weed.
Up next,
My question is, when could he possibly have time to be doing anything with the ex?
Whenever she calls and she's like, our baby needs help with his homework. The baby in kindergarten. How much help do he need writing cat, bat, and fat?
Mr. Banks, you underwent a polygraph examination. We are now going to find out the results of that polygraph examination. If he were on time or early with all his deliveries, would you have a problem with the amount that he smokes?
I still would have a problem. He has no motivation. He's a talented artist. He makes beats.
You're saying your problem is you have a musician who smokes weed.
Right.
It's hard for me to be mad about something he's never hidden, very upfront about, you knew about, you've accepted.
He made a promise. If he said he was gonna quit.
I don't recall that promise, Your Honor.
I wouldn't either.
Banks, hold on.
But what you have said is that if it's this bad, go to a doctor and get some pain meds.
Because you promised something, you should keep it.
Okay,
I
what was
keep
the
my
promise?
word. So he said he would quit smoking. I let him know before I even moved in that these are things for me that are issues. So if it was a promise, then you should have kept it. If you can't keep it, then you shouldn't have said it. But I'm not doing anything that I said I wouldn't do.
My question is, if he's spending all his time making deliveries or making beats or smoking, when could he possibly have time to be doing anything with the ex?
When? Oh, whenever she calls and she's like, hey, our baby needs help with his homework. The baby in kindergarten. The baby is in kindergarten. How much help do he need writing cat, bat, and fat?
She's under the impression that when I get on the phone, I'm only talking to one child.
You're talking to all
I'm talking to all the kids.
the children
No,
that were...
this is not on the phone. She'll call and say, can you come over and help him with his homework? You know, and there's nothing wrong with going over to help your child with his homework. I just want to know why it take an hour and a half to help him with cat, fat, and bad. I'm serious. It's not, I have a kindergarten. I have my own kindergarten child. This is a 10, 15-minute process. And his son is actually very advanced. He don't need that much help.
Well,
So what about the other kids? Is he helping the other kids or just spending time with
It's
them?
okay to take care of the children. I think it's honorable, as a matter of fact, to take care of children that aren't yours because you've been in their life. But when it's imposing on your current relationship so much so that it might end that relationship, all right, here's a prime example. She called one day. She's like, hey, our baby needs help with his homework. Can you come over? And phone is on speaker, so he's making it his business to keep the phone calls on speaker. Keeps the phone calls on speaker. She's like, well, I cooked your favorite meal, steak, potatoes, and spinach. If you want, come over, you can eat. Oh, well, if Danielle wants to come, she can come too. You know I don't want to come.
But that's her favorite meal, too.
Well, is that your favorite meal?
That is not my favorite meal. I like crab legs and lobster tails.
Okay, but so here's my thing. The fact that it's on speaker, the fact that he is putting everything out there in the open, he's not hiding anything, he's not...
I can't deal with two passive-aggressive idiots, because that's what they doing.
Okay, so you're here to get some answers. You think something's going on with the ex.
I know something's
and you
going on.
say nothing is going on with the ex.
They don't have no boundaries.
It really doesn't matter what I say because regardless, I don't get the support from her that I need. You know,
He would if I didn't think
Well, we're not dealing with that right now. What we're dealing with is because she brought you here because she wants answers to find out what's going on with the ex, and we are here to give you those answers.
She about to get them.
Mr. Banks, you underwent a polygraph examination, correct?
I did.
All right, so we are now going to find out the results of that polygraph examination.
Once again, the truth test begins. But this time, the energy feels different. There's tension, but also hope. Because unlike the first couple, this relationship hasn't completely broken yet. And sometimes, all it takes is clarity to either rebuild trust or finally walk away.
Obtain the services of a polygraph expert, Mr. John Yarbrough. You asked Mr. Banks, since being with Miss Hatch, have you had any sexual contact with your ex-wife? What was his response to that question?
He responded no.
What did the polygraph determine?
Polygraph examination revealed he was being truthful.
You got a fan club back there.
Thank you.
All right. Mr. Yarborough, you asked Mr. Banks, do you know if you're the father of your ex-wife's 2-year-old baby? What was Mr. Banks' response?
He responded no.
What did the polygraph reveal?
The polygraph examination revealed that he was being truthful to that question.
Ask the third question. I'll tell you.
Well, it's nice to see you all hugged up. Y'all are smiling, so that's good. But there's one more question.
One more.
You asked Mr. Banks, since being with Miss Hatch, have you ever fantasized about getting back with your ex-wife?
Oh, man.
What was his response to that question?
He responded no.
What did the polygraph determine?
The polygraph examination revealed he was being truthful with that.
Thank you.
Wow. This was better than the big game in February. Even though you've been funny. I liked you. I think a couple things, seriously though. I'm worried about your health, that you are in that much pain. And I would just say, if you can, go get yourself checked. Make sure it's not anything going on with you. That's very serious.
Yes, Your Honor.
2, start early. If you know you got a delivery at 10:15, don't go out at 5 after. Go out 20 till and get your business done, because she gonna have a word to say about it.
For sure.
And Miss Hatch?
Oh, no.
Oh, yeah, we got something for you.
Look, let this man be great. Let him do his thing. And that means you got to get your foot off of his neck about him being a father figure to children that may or may not be his. If we had more men who were just doing that, you know, just helping out young kids who need help, this world would be a much, much better place. So don't make him feel bad about that. Help lift him up as he's doing that.
I'm sorry.
Thank you, babe.
That is the determination of this court, and court is adjourned.
I am very pleased with the results of the lie detector test, and I am definitely going to ease up on him a little bit because I'm so proud of you.
What I need her to do for me, maybe just be a little more trusting and understanding, you know? And I think we're gonna be A-okay.
Today on Cutler's Court.
You breaking sinks and you
it's
throwing punches.
The relationship is beautiful. These are just situations.
I feel like I have episodes when I build up and then I just snap.
So we got foul-mouthed, we got quick to anger.
He states that this woman is his friend.
Alicia tried to fight her. All this chaos pops out. We had to leave. I think she was probably on that time of the month. Something was going on.
There's something that keeps them together. I don't know what that something is.
Yeah, you do.
Well, it could be any number of things.
It's the crazy. They like the crazy.
Relationships on the brink of collapse.
Now, this relationship is pure chaos. Anger, control, insecurity, everything is amplified. But here's the interesting part. They both know it's toxic, and yet they stay. Why? Because sometimes people don't fall in love with peace. They get addicted to intensity.
This is Cutler's Court. Malcolm Newman Sample is petitioning his fiancée to take a compatibility test, fearing their relationship has unraveled since he proposed. He says Alicia has become mistrusting, unappreciative, and quick to anger. And after a wildfire destroyed half his house, he sees it as a symbol of their chaos. Now he's questioning if their future is worth fighting for. Alicia Pilati is confident they're meant to be and refuses to let a test decide their fate. She's ready to walk out of the court with a guarantee that he still wants her to be Mrs. Newman Sample.
Your Honors, this is case number 2068, Newman Sample versus Pilati.
Mr. Newman Sample, usually when a couple gets engaged, that means they are on the way to good things and everything is fine. But it seems like in your case, it kind of turned in the opposite direction and things are not good. Tell me more about that.
She's very quick to anger. She has no respect. She has a foul mouth. She's unapologetic. She got to get it together so we can get it together so we can grow. If not, she has to go.
Okay.
And you asked her to marry you?
Yes. You know, look at her.
Okay.
Yeah?
I want to wake up to that every day.
Do you?
I do.
Okay, well,
Provided she makes some changes.
She has to make changes.
Okay.
If she don't change, I'm going to change her.
Miss Pilati, do you have a foul mouth?
I do feel like I got a foul mouth, yes. You know, when I met him, I feel like it was a lot of things that was great. Now I feel like his controlling ways, if he don't work on them, I don't know how we're gonna be able to move forward. We met in the club. He was having a music video, and I was in his music video, and I feel like we connected like magnets. And ever since we met, we've been together.
How long have you all been together?
About a year. He's a great father. He's a great businessman. He's a good man, period.
Let me ask you this, Mr. Newman Sample. How long after you all met did you propose?
7 months in, I proposed to her.
All right.
Ms. Pilati, you used the word controlling.
Yeah.
And he's already said, well, there's some things about you that got to change. So is that part of the controlling aspect you're talking about, that he's trying to change you?
He is controlling, and I feel like if we can't get through that, I just feel like it's like...
I object, Your Honor. I wouldn't say control. I would say I work hard to elevate her. So her choices in food, I try to tell her to eat better. Instead of drinking soda, I say drink water. That's not controlling. That's trying to help your woman and guide your woman, right? Guide your woman. Be a man. Guide your woman and give her wisdom and knowledge, because that's what a man's supposed to do. So if the woman don't listen to the man, what is there? If I say make a left and you made a right and we crash, whose fault is it? Not mine.
No. It is one thing to offer suggestions and encouragement. It's another to be like, this is what you need to do.
Oh, no,
and I have an expectation.
I always suggest it. I never said you have to do it.
Did she ask you for that?
No, ma'am.
Okay. All right. Miss Pilati, have you told him I don't like that?
Yes, but...
And what does he say when you say, I don't like for you to do that?
I just feel like I'm being controlled at that point.
I feel like ever since the wildfire happened at my auntie's house, because we were supposed to get married there, it brought a conflict between us. So we had to deal with the fires in Altadena. We were out there fighting fires, and me and her, my auntie's cousins, we fighting the fire, water bottles, everything we could. And she went with my auntie to get some food, and I'm at the house trying to, just clean up everything we could. And she calls me and was like, who's this girl on Instagram pictures you like? And I'm like, what are you talking about? We're dealing with a fire right now. You want to argue about Instagram?
And you lost everything?
Yeah.
Well, you didn't lose any family members.
Yeah, we lost somebody. My auntie, my godmother, she was in the house when the house burned down. One of the houses down the street, she was too big to get out.
Well, I am so sorry for all of those pieces, that home, family, all the things that go with that loss. We're very sorry.
I would like to state my opinion about the photos that he was saying when I had called him.
Yeah,
about the girls.
Fires.
Yes.
Yeah. In the middle of the fire.
I understand it was the wrong type of timing, but I do feel like he has a problem with social media. It was a time where he was liking a girl's photo. I guess she follows him, and he states that this woman is his friend, but the only photo that you liked was her in a bikini talking about hotel service. She hardly has any clothes on.
No.
So
Okay,
this
so-
is what we had an issue about, and I felt like was disrespectful because if the shoe was on the other foot, it would have been a problem.
Is it the fact that if you liked a man in a Speedo, he would have something to say about it?
For sure.
She shouldn't be liking no man but me. At the end of the day. But check this out though.
No, wait, let's stop right there. So it's okay for you to like someone in a provocative outfit, but not her.
So I'm supporting my friends, right? So look.
What if, okay, so let's say it's a friend of hers and she's supporting him.
I'm the only friend she needs. So check this out.
But he's not controlling.
But look, my
He's
friend.
not controlling at all.
The friend that she's talking about doesn't follow me on Instagram, or I don't follow her because she had a boyfriend and she unfollowed me.
I don't have a problem with that, but I do have a problem with you. You can do things and you have the belief that she shouldn't and can't do things.
Well,
that's never
It's
gonna
like this
work
on
well.
social media. Men are more thirsty than women are, you know? So it's like, she's my woman and she has pictures looking good on Instagram and she got 50,000 likes. I get about 100. I look good.
Coming up,
At least you try to fight her territorial. And I understand it, but it was an issue that didn't have to go so far.
And you understand it because?
I'm territorial too.
If a man came up to me and was like, "Oh, hey, how are you doing, ma'am?" He would
I'm
have
going
been
to jail.
do you have a relationship that's gone bad? Submit your case at cutlerscourt.com.
If you liked a man in a Speedo, he would have something to say about it?
For sure.
She shouldn't be liking no man but me. At the end of the day. But check this out though.
No, wait, let's stop right there.
So do you have any issues with people liking her pictures?
Of course not. Never been an issue. I can't. How am I gonna do something about that?
So, Ms. Pilati, let me ask you this. What do you like about Mr. Newman Sample?
I love the fact that he is like my best friend. You know, we do a lot together. Honestly, like we do have our ups and downs as every couple do, but we get through them and we're working on better ways to get through them when we're together instead of going to the most extreme, which we did in the beginning, but
Like
now
breaking
we're working on things. Yes.
Breaking sinks.
She broke the sink. So look, I was
What
here in
kind of
turn.
sink?
We have a restaurant in
Wait.
Pasadena we go to. Very nice, delicious restaurant. She loves the mac and cheese there and the skirt steak. So I was like, let's go. And I don't know what, I think she was probably on that time of the month, something was going on. But she had an attitude. I'm like, what you tripping for? She's like, something hung up in my face. And I don't like being hung up on. I get home in LA traffic to about 45 minutes. I pull up to the house. I come inside. I go in the bathroom and the sink's broken. So now we wash our teeth in the kitchen.
All right, so Ms. Pilati, did you break the sink?
Yes, I did, but
Okay.
I have an explanation behind that.
All right, let's hear it.
When somebody's calling your phone 50 times back to back to back to back, I just was frustrated with my phone and I wanted to break it, so I did throw it.
She's quick
And
to anger.
It did. I build up, and I feel like I have episodes when I build up because I'm built up, and then I just snap.
So here's the thing. I'm a science person, so I'm gonna give you like a scientific solution to this problem. When that happens, turn your phone off.
Your Honor, if I did that, it would be a problem. He would think
It was already a problem. It was a problem when you got frustrated and threw your phone.
But
so
then
rather
he'll
than
get
damage
mad,
the sink,
and then he'll think I'm
It wasn't a big
doing
deal.
something.
Just-
It wasn't
just-
even a big deal.
if
He
you
makes it
don't
a
want
big deal.
people ringing your phone incessantly, just turn it off.
So now you got a hole in the sink. And did you break your phone too?
No, that phone's strong.
Yeah, no.
I learned not to start them problems no more.
So we got foul mouth, we got quick to anger, we got quick temper. Did you say something about unappreciative, that she was unappreciative?
Very unappreciative. But let me talk about this one time, right? So my friend at a clothing store I met, he liked my style. He was like, hey, I'm having a little get-together for the models that's gonna be modeling my clothing. You guys should pull through. I said, perfect. So I told Alicia, I told my brother, we all went. We're eating the food, we're hanging out, having a good time, networking. This lady walks up behind me and is like, are those fries good? I'm like, yeah, they're good. And then Alicia looks like, why are you talking to my man? Then she cuts in like, what are you doing? Why are you asking about his fries? She's like, I'm gonna ask if the fries is good. Alicia tried to fight her. all this chaos pops out. We had to leave. It was early in the day on a Sunday. I'm like, the whole day's ruined.
Your Honor.
Territorial. And I understand it, but it was an issue that didn't have to go so far.
You understand it because?
I'm territorial too.
I feel like he shouldn't have been so friendly. Why? I feel like when a woman is coming to my man when I'm with him, I feel like she's disrespecting me. And I feel like he should have looked at her and kept it pushing, like as if she was not there.
But I'm a people's person, and I talk to everybody.
But put the shoe on the other foot. If a man came up to me and was like, "Oh, hey, how are you doing, ma'am? How are the fries here?" He would have
going to jail.
Here's the thing. Y'all both seem like y'all a little much. And you all bring the same energy to the relationship. Not great energy because, you breaking sinks and you throwing punches.
The relationship is beautiful. These are just situations.
But this is the situation you like.
Up next.
Bad behavior becomes normalized.
Exactly.
And so the fact that you're fighting is normal.
Yeah.
And that's fine.
Yeah. But something tells you that it's not fine.
Because you hear.
Because you hear.
Yeah.
That part.
Let's say it's a friend of hers and she's supporting him.
I'm the only friend she needs, so check this out.
But he's not controlling.
But look, my friend...
Not controlling at all. I think that we have a good idea of what's going on here, but I'm so glad we have Dr. Stacey J. Johnson, our relationship and compatibility expert, who gave you all a compatibility test to find out if you all are compatible. I am anxious to hear what she says. I got some things I need to say, but I'm gonna let her talk first. Patrick, would you escort Dr. Johnson in, please? Dr. Johnson, how are you?
I'm amazing today. How are you?
We are good. You've been listening to this.
Yes, I have.
I am so anxious to hear what their test revealed. So you wanted to give us some pointers, some information?
Absolutely. So we measured psychological safety, we measured physical attraction, love and feelings, and finances. And I have a couple of bullet points I want to review with both the plaintiff and the defendant. All right, so the first one is trust and emotional security are the foundation of a healthy relationship. Without them, suspicion and conflict will continue to create distance, and that's exactly what's happening.
This is the most important moment in the entire video, because now we're not just hearing opinions, we're hearing patterns. Toxic behavior becomes normal when it's all you've ever known. Fighting feels like passion. Control feels like care. But in reality, it's dysfunction disguised as love. And the hardest truth is this: just because two people are compatible doesn't mean they're healthy together. Sometimes the strongest connections are the most destructive ones.
With both the plaintiff and the defendant. Number two, unresolved anger and emotional reactions can damage a relationship. So both partners must work on communication and managing triggers without escalating conflict. Ma'am, your anger has to manage in this relationship. And sir, your control. So both of you have equal things to work on with this relationship, okay? Number three, a strong relationship requires mutual appreciation, respect for personal boundaries, and shared decision-making rather than control or resentment. So we're back to that control. Let's look at the numbers. Now, I have to go into detail with this one a little bit because I was shocked as well. So here's what's happening. Most times our backgrounds and what we've seen in love kind of dictates what's normal to us. Mm-hmm. So when you're giving questions on a test, such as this compatibility test, what will happen is you will score high because all you know is trauma. All you know is unsuccessful relationships. All you know, so what is right for you, no matter your body knows this ain't right. But because of how you're used to being loved and how you're used to seeing people loved, You answer the questions and you become compatible. Per the numbers, not healthy at all.
So
let me just say that.
Dr. Johnson, what I hear you saying is bad behavior becomes normalized.
Exactly.
And so if you're used to seeing people fight, that's normal.
Yeah.
And so the fact that you're fighting is normal.
Yeah.
And that's fine.
Yeah, yeah. But something tells you that it's not fine.
Because you hear.
Because you hear.
Yeah.
That part.
But, but Dr. Johnson, I think he likes the fire and the anger that she has.
Absolutely.
He likes that. That's why they're compatible. He does things to get that rise. Even with the numbers and from what you've heard, do you think that they are compatible?
I don't think that they're compatible, even looking at the numbers, if they want a healthy relationship. If they want to allow their past to be the past and be better people today for whoever they're going to be with, then they need to fight for today, who they want today. And it's just not healthy. It's very territorial, it's volatile.
I think the past, like she said, the past is what messes up for the future, and that is true because I think my trust issues with her is from my past. And then her issues with me is from her past. We've been talking about that. It's just certain things that pull us apart is not gonna help us elevate.
Okay, so those things that pull you apart, are you willing to make some changes so that those things aren't a factor anymore?
Of course.
Okay, and what are those things that you're gonna change?
My understanding levels of her, giving her her freedom and space more, and honestly, just sitting back and thinking before I speak, because I speak faster than I think, and then I'm like, dang, I should have just thought about it and not said nothing, it would have been good. Because once you pick with her, she blows up, and I'll hold on to stuff and she'll let it go. And that's my problem.
And so what are you gonna do differently?
I feel like I need to listen to him. I need to appreciate him more, and definitely changing any type of ways that he's not happy with about me.
I have to say, you have to be happy with yourself. It cannot be for him. Do you like who you see in the mirror? When you see a sink broken that you broke, do you like that person?
No, I don't.
Then that's who you need to change for
But
first.
the woman that he is pushing me to be,
Nobody push it. You cannot depend. He might walk away tomorrow. He might wake up and yawn and say, I don't want this anymore. Then what happens to you? You have to change for you, my dear. That's all. I want you to own your own power. He is an option. You are never an option.
Okay.
Dr. Johnson, thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Truth.
All right.
All right, 2 cents.
You've got some work to do to get to compatibility. Now, you've identified, each of you, that you understand what those things are and you're willing to work on them. So in that regard, only time will tell whether you're compatible or not.
Well, I think that there's something that keeps them together. I don't know what that something is.
Yeah, you do.
It could be any number of things.
It's the crazy. They like the crazy.
Maybe.
Like magnets.
You ever seen Toxic and Toxicity?
What I see is not healthy. My recommendation would be that you all get counseling, a lot of it, personally and as a couple. And so that would be the order of this court, that you all go and get the counseling you need to figure out how to be the people you want to be. That is the order of the court. Court is adjourned.
After I got advice from Dr. Stacy, I realized everything she was saying was very on point, and I had to question myself with certain things and look into it.
It opened my mind and eyes to a lot of things I need to work on to be a better woman in our relationship, so we can get through this and we can get married and have a healthy relationship.
I do agree with a lot of things that were said, and I do believe we do need counseling to move forward in this relationship to be stronger, and I was glad that I came today.